Hi everyone, this is Nadi Keho and welcome back to my 5th book critique video on children's literature. So please come and join me. This is a story of a little girl named Laura Ingalls Wilder, and she also wrote this book and many other books as well. It's about her on the farm with her family, and throughout this book there's a lot of adventures but also hardships. So I think the moral of the story would be to help your family with any circumstances and to love them as well. Here's some pictures. This is a story of a chaotic family whose house is just crazy, and the dad just ends up being really frustrated, and so he goes and asks his judge what he should do, and the judge gives him the wrong answer and tells him to bring his animals inside the house, which makes things worse. So I think the moral of the story is it could always be worse than before. Here's some pictures. This is a book about fables, and it also has pictures as well. They really did well incorporating the fable stories with a moral story. Here's some pictures. This is a story of a family who goes down for a family reunion, and this family really loves their family and their extended family. So I think the moral of the story would be to love your family. Here's some pictures. This is my future textbook, and I picked this book because I even learned some things throughout this book. It really involves the creation of animals and which different animals habitat and which do not. So I'm going to incorporate my 2 activities throughout this book. Here's some pictures. In my first activity, according to the high science standards, first graders should learn living things have basic needs which are met by obtaining materials from physical environment. So I have created a Kahoot, and in this Kahoot I created a quiz, and I asked all types of questions that are based off of the animals in the book The Big Snow, and then the students will be able to learn that different animals have needs which are met by obtaining materials such as food, water, where they sleep and live, and in this way they can do this in their classroom with a group team or even a one-on-one player, and this way if they end up just getting or if they know all the answers by doing this a lot of times, I can end up doing this with a puzzle section as well. And share to who, students will be able to share this creation with others, and then they can also do this in the classroom as well with a projector screen, and if the teachers allow it, the students can ask the younger students to come and join them, and in this way the younger students can bring their tablets as well, and they can participate, have fun, and enjoy and learn as well with the older students. And in this way the younger students will also be able to have a better understanding of living things such as animals have needs, and by attaining materials such as food and water and where they live from the physical environment. So here's my quiz. I have 12 questions, so you can see what kind of questions I ask the students. According to the Ohio Visual Arts Standards, first graders should learn to share their art making process with peers. So in this activity, I want the students to cut out an animal pattern with whatever animal they choose with a white paper, and then they can paint their animal. And then after that, after they finish painting, they can choose what something that their animal needs to survive on, such as what type of food, or where do they sleep or live. Do they sleep in nets or dens, or do they live in farms, meadows, etc. Then they will choose. So after that, they will cut out whatever they picked, and then they can paint that as well. And in this way, they can learn about animals, and they can write a little summary of why they picked their animals and why they picked what type of food or habitat the animals lived in. Their animals live in. And so the first graders can present their art making in the classroom, and they can present it as well to the younger students.